My mother has a tendency to take the worst of any situation and make the best of it. She could take the rind of a lemon and make the best lemonade ever.
My name is Bonnie Taylor, and I'm from Clovis, California. I've lived here since 2003 with my family, and my favorite thing about being here is that my family is here and I can be close to them.
That was a character back then. Mm-hmm. And what's that, Tomorrowland, right?
Tomorrowland,
yeah. But look at the fiddler, how different he is. I was even telling Paige.
My mother got very, very sick, and she went into a coma, and she was in a coma for almost a year. And during that time, they had no medical insurance, and of course, we wanted to bring in the best doctors and the best help possible to bring her out of this.
She spent so many years, the last years of their lives, taking care of them, doing everything she could for them.
And I literally lost my home and went $200,000 in debt before she passed away. And when she did pass away, my father was so sad. Within 2 months, he also died of grief. They were my best friends in life, so it was like heart-wrenching. Very, very difficult time. I was literally homeless at this point, and not knowing exactly what to do, I had to get creative because I did not want to live in a cardboard box. I had made up my mind if I did, it was going to be the cutest cardboard box anybody ever saw. I borrowed a car and drove around neighborhoods in my town, looking for homes that were empty, where people were selling their homes and they might consider having a house sitter stay at their home until the house was sold. And I talked to 60 of the owners, and out of the 60, most of them thought I was crazy, but 5 of them listened and said, well, I'll consider that. So out of those 5, the very first person that said, yes, you can move in, of course I jumped all over it. This was the house where my For Life business was started. This is when I was homeless, and I went around to 60 different houses asking them if I could house sit their house. And the gentleman named Jimmy that was living here had his house for sale at that time, and he agreed to let me move in. So I did some house sitting for him, and I didn't have any furniture. So he left me a stool to make telephone calls at the kitchen sink and a box spring to sleep on. This is where it all began. Well, when I found this home, I had to borrow money to get a prepaid phone because I had no credit. And I got a call from Dr. Gary Hagen, who is also in For Life and one of the first board members.
When Gary Hagen gave her that call and she finally started coming on board and she saw the dramatic effect that transfer factor had on her, she immediately just wanted to spread that everywhere with everybody. She called me. She wanted me involved right away, and I'm the biggest skeptic in the world. It took me a long time to convince me, even though I saw her being successful, and she became very successful very quickly.
My business began to grow, and I believe my first check in For Life was $500, and my second check was $700, and my third check was $1,200. But then it began jumping in leaps and bounds and leaps and bounds. And by the end of my first year, I was making $10,000 a month, which isn't too shabby when you don't have any money at all and you're going to live in a cardboard box, And I really talk to people out there that have similar circumstances to me or some kind of hardship they're going through to look at this company seriously. It's not that you have to come in and be experienced or a hotshot. You don't. You just come in and do what you're taught and be enthusiastic and passionate about what you're doing. Be excited about your own future, and you can make this happen. And it certainly happened to me, and it changed the lives of myself and my entire family.
No matter what, she's always been geared to the success of the family together, being together, doing things together.
I wanted to do this business because I wanted to leave a legacy for my family, and that legacy begins immediately. It doesn't wait until I'm passing on. You're able to do things with your family that you could do, like we went all over the world, we've taken many trips, we've done many things together. We've lived a lifestyle that we would not have lived otherwise. And hopefully my children will not have to go through what I went through with my parents, as far as financial losing everything. I'm hoping that this entire business is a legacy for them so that it will be turned over to them and they can continue with my business.
She truly is leaving a legacy for not just our family, but for every family that she deals with.
You just have to decide and then go do it. If you're going to decide you want to change your life and then lay on the couch and do nothing, you're not going to get anywhere. You can't be a couch potato. You have to get up and get into action and do something about it. And if you're willing to do that, you can have anything that you want, especially when network marketing is on earth.